precious souls. I'm going to fit in one more before I hit the hay for the night. Let's call in your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors. Under the protection of Archangel Michael, we ask for the truth and the highest good of all and the harm to absolutely no one. Please come through with 10 cards for this beautiful collective. Okay, so it's a card about hoarding. Sometimes on our journey, we have a hard time letting go of things that no longer serve us because there's an emotional attachment to them. In this life, on this planet, emotions can either be tamed and a healthy detachment with emotional attachments to things, people, places, or we can get run by our emotions before we do the healing. So remember that anything that's meant for you will always find its way back or stay with you. Okay? That's not just some old wives' tale. It's the laws of nature. It's the laws of the universe. So what is the challenge regarding this? Ooh. Make a decision. You can't have both. You can't cling to this and hold this and say, I don't know. And you know this deep down inside. I'm getting that there's a beautiful path being offered and it lights you up. It brings your heart so much joy. It almost ignites something like a giddiness from your childhood, like an excitement like that. And you're almost afraid to let go of the safety net of something that once made you feel that way, but doesn't anymore. You've outgrown it. This is a new version of you. So this can't come with you. Make space. Your challenge is to make that decision and to let go. Let the waters run, the rain waters flush and run off of the lotus leaf, okay, into the waters. When we release something, that energy can then be transmuted, created into something else, something new, something that serves you. It's okay to let it go. And it's all okay to grieve it if you feel you need to, whatever this is. Did I say to embody the childlike joy, chase the joy, the childlike innocence and fun? And this is the path for you, the one that makes you feel excited inside. And it's not necessarily that you're replacing one thing with another. It's that this newer version of you needs something different. I've got goosebumps. Oh goodness, there's somebody's tapping into their joyful side. And it's almost like, why am I feeling like you feel guilty? Or it's just so unfamiliar. But it's beautiful and it's what you're meant to do. Yes, just recently. You remembered, you started to crack yourself open. Remember who you really are. You are a natural born leader. The reason you didn't necessarily fit in with all those cliques and all of the unauthentic people all your life is because you were never designed to be like the others. You have something that is so sacred and special. And it's starting to come out now. You're allowing this playful side to come out. The one that used to get teased for this innocence, this purity, this kindness, this giving, this loving nature of yours. But you're going to show other people how this is done. You're truly a master. You're meant to take this new path. Oh, I can't tell you the goosebumps I've got. Oh my gosh. Woo! Goosebumps on goosebumps. And it's okay to let those go that that they don't support it, or that they mock you, or that you find them draining, or they stand in your way somehow. 7:37 on the clock. Oh, okay. I just keep receiving airplanes, travel. Okay, if you have not yet applied for or have your passport, it's coming through strong. And I never thought of this earlier. A lot of my readings have a lot about travel, opportunities, moving. What is it going to hurt you to have a passport on hand? This is coming through very strong. It was like a little bit of a smack, a nudge. and the 737. Yes, it doesn't cost a lot and it doesn't take a lot of effort, but they take time to come in. So I'm hearing, get your passport in order. Have it ready. Because if opportunity comes knocking, and it is going to come knocking, it is. You don't want to be held back by, oh gosh, I have to wait so many weeks for this to arrive. You're not going to allow anything to hold you back anymore. So that was the mama bear in me saying, don't forget your passport. Yes. Oh my, boy, did they ever come through for me here. So in the near so-called future, so long as you finally release these people, places, things that no longer serve you, clutter can do it too. You get ready to be on the move. Pack light, right? You want to get your environment ready for whatever changes are coming forward because you're in receiving mode, okay? And it's not about action, action, work, 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 push harder. It's about stand still and let this come in. You will be notified very loud and clear from your divine team when it's time to take inspired action on something. This has a lot to do with your leadership qualities. And this might be a little uncomfortable because I honestly feel like you might have been someone who, it's like you had this persona, you know? And I'm not trying to call you out, but it was very difficult for you to be your true, authentic, beautiful self all the time because people would be triggered by how incredible you are. You were almost unbelievable because most people have never come across somebody so pure and so beautiful. Your soul is such a light beacon for others, okay? I'm also getting, people really feel it when you leave the scene, when you leave their energy, when you let them go, okay? They feel a massive void. And that's when it becomes ever clear that you were the one creating all this beautiful essence, this light, this healing, this nurturing, this kindness. Okay? Right now, you're starting to realize, hey, wait a minute. It was all an illusion, these bars that I caged myself in. I can fly like the others. I have wings. I've got to try them. I've got to get out there. I got to see what I can do because you can teach others how to fly in very unique ways. You're coming to this beautiful understanding at this time. Spirit, oh gosh, I got goosebumps. Spirit is saying, embrace this adventure. Take this new path. You see all the rainbows going into that, dark forest you've never gone into, and maybe once you feared this, but something is calling you. And this is your light attracting the light of others, okay? This is what you always wanted to do. Deep down inside, your soul knows this is for you. And the path is being cleared for you, okay? They're saying you need to let go. You need to let go of that safety net and create forward movement into this direction that's calling you. And it's calling you for a reason. And yes, you can do it. Your ego's saying, I don't think we're ready. The fear, the insecurity, all that. No. And you're going to do it with authenticity because where you're going, everything that you once were maybe rejected for or mocked about, all of this beautiful light, this purity, this loving, nurturing self that you are, the kindness, the healing, that's where you're going. It's going to be welcome with open arms. In fact, that's your golden ticket to this adventure. Others can't come with you. They haven't done the healing. They're not at your level. By your level, I mean your frequency has risen so much. You're jumping another timeline. You're being cordially invited to go into this next timeline, something that was custom made for you, okay? It is custom made for what you are designed to do through your experiences, through the knowledge and wisdom that you've attained on your path, and through your natural abilities. What you desire most, but what you're denying yourself, is to pick a path and put your full intensity of energy and focus on that path, on said ideas, on said inspired actions. You're kind of caught in the middle. Okay, so you're giving half to one and half to the other, and that's not quite enough fuel, okay? The engine's choking out. Get in the buggy, get in the chariot, and go one direction. Put full speed ahead into the direction that lights up that inner child and goes, oh, this is crazy, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yes, 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 yes. That's the one. That's the one. Because excitement can feel like anxiety sometimes, but don't let your ego trick you, okay? Your ego's trying to protect you, but there's no need to be protected. It's a very different timeline, okay? Oh, don't stand in your way. Don't self-sabotage. All right. The key is to realize everybody is a masterpiece. Everybody is a natural creator. Every single soul that comes here has a theme of goals to set, a theme of lessons to learn, and has been granted a treasure trove of blessings, gifts to be unlocked. You've unlocked so many at this point that you are receiving now. You are receiving. And yes, your ego says, what is she even talking about? It's never been that way for us, right? It's always been the trials, the tribulations, the challenges, the why get excited when the other shoe's going to fall. That's a totally different timeline. That was your training ground. And now your wings, they're not clipping them anymore. No one's standing in your way trying to thwart your efforts. It's a beautiful, clear step forward. It's about letting go of the dead weight. And if I need to use that term so you can really picture that, imagine that in your mind. How long, how many years have you been carrying the dead weight? Constantly trying to appease everybody else and not be true and to yourself and compromising your own desires, your own dreams. Today's the day. Today's the day that you open up your treasure chest, because we all have them, and look inside and say, oh gosh, what was given to me to bring into this world? What was given to me for tools that I can use to create my own abundance and actually break out of this whole illusion? What can I do to bring this change to myself so that I can create an avenue for everything I'm meant to receive to come in? 7:44 on the clock. Now, guys, when you see numbers on the clock, you can go online and look up angel number, whatever the number is. Okay, 744 stood up. Trust and openness. The 7 is trust and openness. You have a really difficult time trusting others. And part of that is learning to trust yourself. Because every time in the past when you were authentic and open about your feelings or your thoughts or ideas, you were mocked. You were teased. You were rejected. I don't think you understand, and I'm going to try to articulate this from spirit. You're being placed somewhere where many eyes are going to see you that look at you completely different now, because you are given this opportunity. Exclusively, you are given this lead, if you will. Lead time so that you can gain this to show others how it's done. And the accolades, the clearing of your name, the sense of self-worth that's going to come from this, people truly seeing your value, even you. And you're going to learn to trust yourself more. And people are going to feel very compelled to trust you, because these things that you're bringing, these gifts that you're bringing forward are priceless. They're incredible. They're magic. They are from the divine. They are from within you. Your connection with the divine, this beautiful dance that you have. And it's time. That's the key. Crack it open, start getting it out there. And the 4s with the 744, a solid, double solid foundation. Not skipping any steps, because goodness knows you haven't. It's taken a long time, hasn't it, to get here. You had to go through certain healing processes and learn step by step, not jumping ahead, and divine timing and all the stuff that frustrates us in human form. You did it step by step. And your solid foundation is so solid. It's built on rock. I'm hearing gold. Diamonds. It is built so solid that there is no other shoe to drop anymore. Okay? It's not going to all fall apart like the towers of the past. This, my dear, you have built with co-created with this divine. Okay, you have built this so solid. And with the 2 4s, that's 8, which is power and abundance. This is you aligning finally with what is truly meant for you. It is your birthright. Okay, you called back your power. You kind giving soul, you gave to so many lives you've already influenced and touched and healed. But you called back your power from every person, place, dimension, timeline, lifetime, existence. You called it back to yourself, each and every bit of power you've ever given away to others, because it's yours and it stays with you. And so it is. And by doing so, you're pouring this intensity into yourself now, instead of diversifying it into so many different projects that always helping everybody else. It's not selfish. You need to do this, because as you do this, you will become so much more that you overflow naturally just by existing. And more people will enjoy this healing influence from you, this incredible wisdom that you share, your experiences that you share. But it takes creating this first, pouring into you. I'm also seeing that at this time, there's this beautiful balance between your masculine and feminine side. We all have both, right? And you've learned how to find the balance between action and chilling out and let the divine do its thing, right? I feel like you don't interfere anymore. I feel like you're at that point, this is beautiful, where you say, okay, show me how good this can get. You were always someone who was the strong one. You were the one who had to be, I'm hearing both the masculine and feminine in your relationships in order to get things done. In fact, I'm hearing you have so much incredible vision that it was really hard. People didn't understand the way that you viewed things, your perception. It was frustrating. So you tended to do things yourself, sometimes quietly, just to not ruffle feathers, because you always knew. You have this claircognizance about you. You always knew somehow, without knowing how, which one to choose, or, take this lead. You understand this, or how it's going to end up if this person does that. You're the troubleshooter. You're the one with the solutions. You're going to bring these incredible ideas, visions into this 3D world, co-creating with the universe. And that is why you've been so divinely protected. Everything that's happened was allowed to happen to a certain point so that you could gain more tools for your toolbox and so that others could be tested. How far will you go with this beautiful earth angel? Just know that all of the abundance is starting to come in now, but you need to take that leap. You need to stay playful. Focus your energy completely on your dreams, your aspirations. Choose this path that lights you up. Let go of anything that no longer serves you. People that pull on your energy, old behaviors, attachments. Remember who you are. You just recently learned this. You're really starting to see how much you influence the world and how many people you've really helped. Because it's time to receive. Crack open that treasure box, the one your gifts. And don't forget, you could do what everybody else can do. And some. These bars are an illusion. Your ego saying, no. And take that leap of faith into that adventure, because this is what you prayed for. This is what you've manifested. And your inner child is going to be so happy. Did I not say I felt like you were balancing, the masculine, the feminine? It's also your ego and your heart space. You are no longer ruled by fears and insecurities because you've connected to your heart space, your soul. You've learned that you could trust, because things that should have taken you out in the eyes of others, they didn't. You're so protected. Because I got goosebumps. Because when you succeed, your divine team succeeds. Your ancestors succeed. You're being celebrated already. They're saying, come on, let's go on this adventure together. Let's light that heart up, and that inner child, let them be playful again. Because it's about to get amazing. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful reading. I'm sending so much love, so much light, and I'm really proud of you. It took a lot for you to get to this timeline. So take that leap. You deserve it. You've earned it.